Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel Things You Should Know. And in this series we are going to be interviewing people from different countries and getting to know about their cultures and see what that is all about. And in the first episode we have here with us Muhammad Subhan, who comes from Pakistan and the city Karachi, and he will be sharing with us the culture of Pakistan. In the interview we will be focusing on four main sections. First of all, we will be having a look on the food stuff. What kind of food do Pakistani people have? And in the second section we will go through some activities and recreational stuff that Pakistani people have in their free time. And then in the third we will have a look on the Pakistani weddings, on how fancy are they. And in the fourth one we will have some personal perspective from Mr. Subhan. So thanks a lot, Mr. Subhan, for joining us today for our first episode.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. And we start off quickly with the first section. And first of all, so what kind of normal food dishes do Pakistani people have?
Well, I would say as a staple food we like to have flat bread with some curry.
Okay.
That curry is usually very rich in taste in terms of the spices we add.
Okay.
So in Pakistan you will more often see people eating more spice than the Western or the other communities.
Okay.
But it also depends on which location you are in Pakistan for the extent of spice you add.
Okay.
So if you go up in north where we have regions bordering Afghanistan, there people add less spice or relatively very low spice.
Okay.
But if you come to the south, to the city from where I come from, Karachi, and its neighboring areas, you will find a lot of spice being added.
Okay.
So it's more spicy food, and the flatbread I'm talking about is usually termed as roti. And this meat is like one of the most waited for things. So one of the dishes that's popular all over Pakistan is biryani. And it's rich in spices as well as it has meat in it, so it can be either of beef, mutton or chicken.
Okay. And
so yeah,
with so much stuff you must have something special to drink with it, right?
Yeah, of course. Drinks are there, but these are non-alcoholic drinks we have because usually we don't have alcohol because of religious reasons.
Okay.
So it's more often tea that we prefer with food, and it's black tea with milk that is the most common drink.
Okay. Okay.
In summers there are also other drinks that we use for refreshment. One of the most famous ones is called Roo Afza.
Okay. And how many times do the meals are there? How many times do Pakistani people have meal in one day?
Yeah, it's more often 3 times a day.
Okay.
We start off with the breakfast. Again, it depends on the region, and if you take example of Punjab, which is a province in the eastern part, central eastern part of Pakistan, then you would find very heavy breakfast with chickpeas and a lot of thick gravy. Okay. Also putting oil on top. So it's something that other people would maybe run away from, but for us it's like a staple food and we enjoy it a lot.
Okay.
And
what are the timings for the meals normally?
I think in comparison to other Western countries we start off a little late. So maybe our breakfast starts around 8 or 9 a.m.
Okay.
in the best of cases, but if it's weekends then it can go as late as 10.
Okay. Okay.
And then lunch is usually around 1 or 2 p.m. And then dinner in most households is, I think, wrapped around 8 p.m.
Okay. Okay. And what do you generally prefer to have?
Yeah, I think I like to have a good balance of vegetables and meat. So I mean, I like to eat.
Any particular dish you like?
I like, of course, I like biryani, which is
yeah, of course.
which is something we all in Pakistan usually like. Apart from this, I like lentils.
Lentils, okay.
I like eggplant. I make eggplant. I like that to eat as well.
Okay, okay. Thanks a lot for all the food stuff. You must be very, you must have had a lot of food now. So let's have some activities and discuss about some Pakistani hobbies that they usually have. So what's the most common hobby that Pakistani people normally do in their free time?
Well, I think it's very common to play cricket as a sport in the free time. Cricket is very famous there, and in many of the spare spaces in streets, on roads where there are not many cars, you would find youngsters playing cricket as a street sport. So this is one of the biggest hobbies.
Okay, and so in case of holidays, vacations, where do Pakistani people prefer to go?
So the go-to destination in Pakistan is towards the north.
Okay.
Because we have a very mountainous terrain there. One of the largest, one of the highest mountain peaks, I think 4 or 5 top height peaks of above 8,000 meters.
Okay.
But of course, no, not everyone goes to that height.
Okay.
We have small hill stations at lower heights.
Okay.
And we have lakes. So there are places which we call Naran, Kagan. These are relatively colder places, even in the summers, than the south or the central Pakistan region. So it's the go-to destination for all of the Pakistani people.
And if you consider the locations outside Pakistan, then where you think that the Pakistani people prefer to go?
I think more often Pakistani people like to travel to Turkey as a foreign destination, because we have good diplomatic relationships with them, as well as because of the historical similarities we have. So people in Pakistan admire the Ottoman history a lot, and for that they like to travel there, explore about that. And
okay. And is there any event that is special for you people all around the year, like one event that you celebrate every year?
So we do have our festivals, which we call Eid. There are 2 of them each year. We have one after the month of Ramadan. It's like a religious festival. We make some special sweet dishes on that day. Like to travel to relatives, families, and celebrate in the sense of having these get-togethers.
Thanks a lot for all the activities that Pakistani people have. Let's move on to some Pakistani weddings and try to celebrate them. And so how are the Pakistani weddings normally held? What's the common way of it?
So I would say it depends on the kind of household you belong to. There are some more religious households. In that there are mostly there is more or less 2 events. One which is held as a legal event in the mosque. The other event is hosted by the guy's side, by the groom's side, and it just is about inviting everyone you know to your capacity, and holding the event at wedding hall. It's an event where you have food. And that's
how many events are there in a wedding? You said
that's
2.
That's I'm saying that this pertains to the religious households. If you move on to those who are not that maybe strict about these 2 events, then you can have 3 or 4 events. In which you have one that's hosted by the guy's side, one hosted by the girl's side, one that for this party it's called Mehndi, in which you dance, in which you just like to celebrate by dancing and by these musical activities.
Okay.
There's another one in which the bride is dressed by her cousins in a very fashionable way. You have you have these events as well in which cousins gather around to make the day special for the bride and things like that. So on average, I would say 3 events.
Okay.
If I consider both religious and
a mixture of both. Okay.
Yeah.
Any particular food that's like, or drink that's compulsory to have in a wedding in Pakistan?
I think it's very common to have meat curry, we call it kadhai.
Okay.
Or korma. These are words that are used for specific dishes. It's called, one of which is called Kashmiri chai. It's basically tea that is pink in color. You add pistas and what do you call these, almonds and crushed dry fruits on top to make it more special. So I think this is more often, and apart from this, the normal beverages, non-alcoholic beverages, which include
cola,
Coca-Cola, Pepsi and stuff, they're always there.
Okay, thanks a lot for discussing about the Pakistani weddings. They sound very fancy, of course. Let's move on to some personal perspective that we have from Subhan. And the first question we would like to ask him is that, is there anything that Pakistani people are a little sensitive talking about when they are talking to some other person, or some other person who is not from Pakistan or something like that?
Well, I think I would say we are largely open in sense of discussion, but I think there's one topic we are not very comfortable of talking about satirical comedy of religious figures. So as a nation, we are largely Muslim in terms of the number of people belonging to a specific religion, and we are also more or less we try to practice our religion, and in that sense, if you involve comedy of religious figures, satirical comedy in the expression of freedom of speech, and then come up with discussion to us, then we might not be that comfortable of talking this. But I would say, on the other hand, if you come with the intention of having an academic discussion on religion, then we will be more eager than you to talk about it. And the reason for this is that we are still more accustomed to having religious discussion or conversations amongst us as a nation than other nations. That is what I have experienced so far, and this is what I think.
Okay. Thanks a lot for that insight. Next, we would like to ask, who's the most famous celebrity in Pakistan that is known all over the country, moving from the north to the south?
I think I would name two personalities. One is our Prime Minister, Imran Khan, not only because of his politics, but before coming to politics, he was a sportsman and a very successful sportsman. He was a cricketer, and he brought us the World Cup. At that time, he was on top of his game all over in the international arena as well. So because of his cricketing career and also because of its politics, Imran Khan, I think, is very well known in the international community. Okay. Apart from him, I would say a name of another cricketer, Shahid Afridi. He's also a very big and famous personality in Pakistan. Every child knows him because of cricket. And so these two, I think, are very famous.
Okay, so the people of Pakistan are big cricket fans, I guess, yeah?
Yes, cricket is the biggest sport in terms of popularity currently in Pakistan, and it's very big. Okay, so next we would like to ask, when we consider the Pakistani people, what exactly do you think is the best trait nature-wise in them that the people of Pakistan are basically proud of? And I think in terms of the good traits, hospitality is something we regard very high, and I think it's my personal opinion that you would find Pakistani people in general to be very hospitable. So this is one of the traits, and this is a kind of tradition that we like to continue wherever we go. Doesn't matter we live in Pakistan or outside Pakistan, we like to invite people and we like to be hospitable to them. Apart from this, I would say that this is of course very personal to every individual, but in a general sense I think Pakistani people are very much into charity as well, on their personal capacities. So these are things that might not be recorded or registered legally, but Pakistani people in their capacities like to do charity if they're living in Pakistan, of course, as well as if they're living outside.
Okay, thanks a lot.
But yeah, these are the two good qualities I had mentioned. There are many,
of course,
negative ones.
We had the interview to ask the good things about the people of Pakistan. Of course, there are negatives in every society that we have. So yeah, thanks a lot for sharing these insights. And that's all for the questions that I had. But in case I missed out something and you think that our viewers should know about the Pakistani people or the Pakistani culture, you can share that now.
Well, I would say, over the years Pakistan has been portrayed as a very violent country by the media. Indeed, we have gone through tough times in the past, and but media has always portrayed Pakistan as a war-prone country where there's like gunshots heard every now and then, and there's just simply killing going on. But I would say this is not all true. We have had problems in the past, but we are recovering from it. We have recovered from it quite a lot, and currently we are trying to develop our economy slowly. I think in terms of geography, it's one of the most beautiful places to visit, especially the north and northeast. The Kashmir region, as well as Gilgit-Baltistan, the border with China, very beautiful places to visit. And currently we are having many tourists that come, so as a message to the viewers, I would like to invite all of you to come to Pakistan someday. And in an honest sense, I cannot promise you the best of infrastructure, the cleanest of cities or streets, but I can promise you exceptional hospitality and some experiences that you would encounter with people who you meet that would make a place in your heart and you would want to come back again. This is something I can promise, yes. Thanks a lot for all these special insights that you have given regarding the Pakistani nature and the culture and the people especially. Thanks a lot again for your time as well, for joining us today and sharing this beautiful stuff. Thank you for inviting me. I would like to see more videos from people from other countries.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.